I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 No filter, I got no filter.
Hey, welcome to Tuesday. Well, actually, it's Paramotor Hangout. We were working on changing that. I just got to learn to change my way of saying it. Welcome to Paramotor Hangout. I'm your host, Shane. I'm in the dark tonight. I am in the middle of driving up to Savannah, Georgia with Cupcake Krista to spend a couple of days. So I will not be seen, just heard. Actually, it's the opposite of what Krista likes me to do, to be seen and not heard. But that's all besides the point. Anyways, welcome. Thank you guys. We have some special guests that are helping us out since I don't know if my internet's going to hold up while I'm driving. So let me introduce you guys to the world famous, everyone knows him, Will Fly. Will, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. Hope you're doing good and driving safe. I'm getting things all ready for our trip this weekend. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I got everything already packed up, ready to go. Oh, I wanted to add one more thing. This is my very first show I've ever done on YouTube, not drinking, because I'm driving. So, you're going to learn that no matter if I'm drinking or not, I'm still the same person. Still a jerk. Anyways, Mark McElroy, how we doing tonight?
Doing great. Glad to be here.
Awesome blossom. And then we got the world famous Brian Waller. Hey, Bell Waller, how we doing, sir?
Man, I'm excellent. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on and helping me out with this tonight. Then we have Sean Simons, PPG Grandpa. How we doing tonight, sir?
What's up? Good to be here, buddy.
Thank you very much for being here. Matt Sloper. What is going on? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Shane. Hey, guys. Thanks. Appreciate you inviting me on to the show. Ready to have a good time.
Yes. Hey, just for anyone else that's trying to get on that was invited on tonight, apparently there's only allowed 6 slots for the show. So I apologize. I didn't know that. Will didn't know that. So anyways, so what is the topic for tonight, Will?
Well, I think it's going to be an open forum type of thing. Anything that's on anyone's mind, they can talk about it. I was hoping to hear a little from Walter. Walter, you said you had some news. So if somebody jumps off at some point during the night, well, you can jump on, dude. So I could talk about my van build. I'm kind of excited about that and getting things put together to where I can use it, like fly-ins, and not, rough it with a tent. Other than that,
yeah,
whatever.
I trust that you're videotaping all of this for an up-and-coming van build video.
Not so much. There's so many of those around. I mean, I'll show the end product, but no, I don't want people to see my impatience with like carpentry and stuff like that. I mean, it's all a learning experience for me.
Right. Did you happen to are you going to be bringing any of that material to get work done while you're at the fly-in?
Maybe so. Yeah, maybe. But it'd be something simple or whatever, because at this point, it's pretty much ready to live in.
Awesome, man. When I did my cargo trailer, I had planned to do a video on it, and I lost a couple pieces here and there, and I just got frustrated with it, and I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing it. And I could have been famous like Mark and had how many hundreds of thousand views on your trailer rebuild, Mark?
I think about 6,000 views, which is a lot for me.
Yeah, that's a lot for me, so you know.
Hey, Walter says, by the way, you're looking good tonight, man.
Walter is leading the comment challenge
Hey.
tonight.
I'm not in.
I do live in a sunshine state, so I just got a good tan right now.
Oh, yeah, Walter, that was funny, man.
Hey, so Will, where was your first night sleeping in your van?
First night sleeping in my van was at the famous Brian Waller compound, Walden Field. Yeah,
That was your first. And I wasn't sure. That was cool.
yeah, that was my first. It sure was. Yep.
Did that van come with a handicap decal or no?
How did you know it's a handicap decal in there?
I just saw you walking around.
Hey, look, let me tell you, this is a good time to tell you the story. I mean, I guess some people know anyways. I hurt my back, and I couldn't walk at all without like intense pain. And I started getting better. Brian Waller let me use his inversion table, and man, that helped. And that along with, what's that stuff called? Naproxen? Advil.
Naproxen,
Yeah.
Slaxin, and the lidoderm patches.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I finally got to fly, and when I took off without a hitch, and when I came into land, it was kind of a wonky landing to where I kind of bent back a little bit. And when I did that, I freaking heard a crack. And I'm like, oh no. But the thing is, my back felt better. So what I don't know. I don't know how I hurt my back, and I don't know how I fixed it. But I was a little sore from that, but it was in a different area. It was muscular. So, but yeah, I could like hear the crack, and that's what we were trying to get done when we were doing the inversion table, wasn't it, Brian? Trying to like.
Yeah, ultimately that would be ideal, man. When you get on there, you invert, and you feel that tension pop loose when you get a pop. But it doesn't always. When I was telling you, 1 or 2 beers helps because it helps relax the muscles.
Yeah. Well, it was one of those couldn't really hear it, but I mean, I heard it internally. If that makes any sense, you can tell when your back cracks. It's like, oh my gosh, that's such a relief. So that was the story I was going to tell you about, Brian, the other day.
Unfortunately, I know exactly what that feeling is like, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
inversion table in the back of my truck.
Shane, Pearl Jam said to let you know that that he finally got his motorhome back after 32 days and left Pace flying 2 days ago. Longest flying ever.
That is awesome. I'm glad he finally got out of there. I bet you the owner of that field is glad he's gone too. Good Lord. Brian with Pepper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Walter.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Waller, the whole Waller experience is something I look forward to doing again. And if you get one of them golden tickets, man, cherish it.
Oh yeah. Are we gonna change his name to Willy Wonka?
Yeah.
I was just finally glad to get some people here to.
Hey, that was the first flying on your dad's property in 30 years, correct?
Yeah. First one, sure. Dad did it 30 years ago a couple times. Had 20-something planes in the front yard. Big storm came through. Somehow they got about 7 or 8 of them in one of the hangars. But yeah, I was selling hot dogs back then, and it was a really cool experience. But I soloed in 2014, and then I found Paramotors in 2019, and I've been doing a lot of flying since then. I've been trying to get people to come fly. I've had a couple come. Bob Farewell was the first person to come stay. We put him in a hunting stand 30 minutes after he showed up. He shot an 8-point buck, but then we couldn't fly because it was too windy.
Oh, is that Eric Farewell's dad?
Yeah. And then, I had a couple other, James Parker. But y'all were the first big group I've got to come here. And it wasn't a big group. It was really a good sized group. And, we had a lot of fun, man. there was quite a few people that were invited that couldn't make it, and hopefully they can make it next year, and we'll have a few more. And yeah, I totally look forward to doing it. Dad was happy to see all the aviation activity back on the property. Brought back a lot of memories for him. One of his flying buddies came back a couple times to hang out during the fly-in. That was Steve, and they went through the scrapbook looking at old pictures and stuff. And I mean, you can imagine 30 years from now looking back at these memories. I mean, that would be special, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you did a tandem with your mom too for her first time, right?
Yep. She'd always wanted to, she's been up with Dad quite a few times, and she always wanted to see what it's like to fly under an inflatable canopy like I do. And I was able to give her that experience. And, that was a very special moment. She will always be my first passenger, and Will was my second.
Yeah, I was number 2.
That too, because his back went out, and he still drove 400 or 500 miles to come see me. Yeah, with a bad back.
If I had to do it again, I'd do it again, Brian.
Yeah, but we got you. So that's good. Thank y'all for coming, man. We're gonna do it again.
I should be able to make it next year.
I hope so, Sean. No doubt.
I'm really sorry I couldn't make it this year, but I definitely want to come next year. I've heard way too many good things about it, and everybody's just drilling it into my heart that I missed it. So I got to be there next year.
Hey, I will tell you the best part of Brian Waller's flying is his mom and dad. Their stories, the way they interact with everybody, they're phenomenal people, and I kind of knew that from just meeting Brian. You got to be great. You got to be a great parent if you're gonna have a guy like Brian. I mean, you got to have a good sense of humor. That's for sure.
Well, that's mighty kind of you. I'm sure Mom and Dad are watching this right now, and they appreciate the heck out of that. But
no, don't tell them that. Don't. No, I'm just kidding.
Not many people have run in their front yard and grew up watching Dad fly you around. I'm very lucky.
Hey, I will say. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. Sorry.
That's it.
I will say that inside the outhouse, I did make one of my photos is in there. So if you run out of toilet paper in there, you're good to go.
I don't know if you have any pictures inside there or not, but it's kind of like memory lane inside there. It's technically looks like an outhouse, but it's inside the hangar. Yeah, you open it up, the walls are just covered with.
So it's an outside outhouse.
Sounds about right.
It's an inside outhouse. That's what it is. Inside outhouse.
The only thing I would
all right.
complain about that whole flying thing, Brian, is there just wasn't enough food to eat there.
Well, we always got to have some out. We resolve that.
Seriously, man. I mean, you could have fed the neighborhood with the amount of food. That was awesome. Yep.
I overdid it, man. I wanted to cook a whole hog, but it was obvious that we weren't going to have to turn out that I needed to eat a whole hog. And it's a good thing I didn't. I think I did 2 butts, a ham, 4 racks of ribs, and a bag of leg quarters. And we had way more meat than we needed, for sure. It was good. It was kind of a new thing for me, trying to cook so many different things at different times on the same cooker. End up overcooking the ribs a little bit for sure, but we'll scale it up or down as necessary.
You're not talking about just any cooker, though, right? I mean, this thing is a beast. It's huge.
Yeah, we custom built it designed to cook a whole hog, and that's why I want to do another whole hog, because I think there's only been one cooked on it ever. But every year we get it out for Christmas, and we cook about 25 hams or so, and give away to the local community so that people don't get mad at us flying over their house all the time.
Yeah.
No, it's just a good thing to do. Make it good. So
There's a question for you, Brian.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
And
Red's in the, get him out here. Mom, Dad, y'all get the dog out. Yeah, he'll come.
hey, that's worse than text messaging somebody in the other room.
Yeah, I know. They're probably watching. So, yeah, he'll come outside. He'll pounce on my steps on my camper, and then I'll know he's here, and I'll let him in.
Hey, Brian,
Hey,
did
he didn't just do. Go ahead, Mark.
I was just gonna ask Brian if his dad got to see the video that I put out.
Absolutely, Mark. He told
Oh,
me
good.
times how much he loves it, and I showed him how to thumbs up it because he has his own YouTube account now. So
Yeah.
it's funny because he watches YouTube all the time. He'll let me know when y'all put a video out, and you know, hardly ever watch YouTube. I'm sorry, but that's just kind of how nowadays. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's cool. I just wanted to make sure that he got to see the property and see his takeoffs and landings. That was cool.
Oh, somebody's knocking at the door. Hang on.
Actually, that's one thing
Yeah,
I do
I
regret is not getting to fly with his dad. And I guess the opportunity just didn't come up. But next time for sure.
right. Yeah, so I was in my camper and I felt the camper rocking and opened the door and Red was sitting on my steps. So he does that to everybody's camper apparently.
All right, here's a star. Come on. Up. Going.
He's a good boy.
Jim,
That's how the camper goes.
Shane is headed to Savannah with Cupcake Krista.
Oh, I thought you said Jim was heading to Savannah with Cupcake Chris. I was like, okay. I got an imposter.
No, he said he's meeting y'all there. Go ahead.
Come on.
Oh, Red's getting big. He's I think he's 80 pounds now. He turns 2 years old in December, so he's almost 2.
Can't believe that, man. I remember when he was just a little puppy.
Yeah. He's looking at himself on TV.
What's up, buddy?
High five. All right. Yeah.
Jack still wants his tire.
He is an exceptional dog. We have been very good with dogs over the years. And, you know, Red is no exception.
He's got exceptional owners.
Well,
You're talking about Brian's parents?
Yeah.
Yep.
hey, Dad taught Red how to balance it on his nose and hold it until he tells him to get it, and then he catches it. And I have never been able to teach a dog to do that in my life. I've tried a few times. I don't think I have enough patience, but Red's just smart. Some of the tricks he did, you just told him to do it. He did it the first time. I remember we brought him home. He was 6 weeks old, and threw a stick. We got it, brought it straight back. And it wasn't until then that I actually understood the meaning of his name, that he was a golden retriever. He was born to retrieve.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Yes. And then I've
So
had.
what's the meaning behind a miniature pincher?
The picture miniature.
Actually, that's a good question. I wonder why they call them pinchers.
I don't know. Mad Sloper.
Brian, no, I'm sorry, Mark. It's your agent on the other line.
Yeah.
Hey, Mad
Yeah, Mount
Sloper.
Sloper, what's up with the electric world?
Yeah, that's what I want to find out about.
Well, the electric world, well, it's going along good. Seems like it's getting pretty popular. A lot of guys are purchasing the units. I believe this is batch 3 that they're on. I was in batch 2. And now he's supposed to be rolling towards actually having standing inventory. I guess now that, you know, some of the shipping woes are kind of going away.
That's good.
But looks like the prices have increased quite a bit, especially, well, mainly on his battery.
Ooh.
So
That's not good.
he was running a special, like the half battery was like 1,200 and the full battery was 1,600. And now the half battery is 1,600 and the full battery is 2,200. So, I think that's all due to shipping. I mean, shipping containers that used to cost, between 5 and 7,000 from China now are probably like 25 to 30,000.
Wow.
So if your shipping goes up fivefold, you're gonna have to make it up somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I see a lot of new guys flying them, and they're having a good time. It's just, I don't think they're not made for the lighter pilot, unless you get the half-hour battery. The lighter pilots.
I know.
Go ahead.
I know you said earlier before the show started what the weight was on your paramotor. What is your weight on the paramotor itself?
The paramotor weighs 81 pounds, and that's with a reserve. I got a 140 kilogram reserve on it.
Okay.
So it's not light by any means, but I mean, if you got the half-hour battery, it's 17 pounds lighter. So if you take 17 off of 81, then you're probably down there like a normal gasser, but then you only get 20, 30 minutes of flight time.
So you got every flight time do you get?
I should get between 45 minutes and an hour. The longest I've flown so far is 35 minutes, and I still had 40% left on the battery, which they say you can go down to like 20% under load. Or, I mean, not under load, but under load about 20%. Anything less than that, and sometimes you get a cutoff.
Okay.
Because it thinks that the battery is going to get damaged, so it automatically cuts out the motor.
Oh my.
So you got to be careful.
Do you live in, are you warm or a cold climate?
I live in an extremely warm climate. So batteries where I'm at, they love the warmth. Problem is, flying, can't really fly here in the summertime because it's too hot, too violent. You might have a half hour in the morning and a half hour, and maybe fly right at sunset, and that's kind of why I got those strobe lights from PPG Smoke, is so that I could fly after sunset, because I flew a week or so ago, about a half hour before sunset, and it was pretty violent. It was not pleasant. And then it got pleasant when the sun set, and then I only had, right about 5 minutes before sunset, it was nice. So flying out in the desert is not the greatest in the summer, but we'll see how the winter goes. Maybe the winter's better, because in the wintertime, our average temperature is like 55 degrees. So I think 55, or flying at 55 or 65 degrees will be nice. And the batteries.
We're fixing to fly in 38 to 68 highs next when we're in North Carolina.
Yeah, man, it just went from summer 2 days ago to winter today.
Yes. Supposed to be 32 degrees in the morning tomorrow, and I got students, and we're ready to buckle up and bundle up. It's going to be cold.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah, it is.
We had 85 degrees today.
Lucky.
I had 84, 83 or 84 here in Florida today, but now I'm in Georgia, and we're sitting at 57 right now, and it's steadily dropping.
I'd rather be in the 40s or 50s and put a hoodie on.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with you, but not the flying part. I mean, I like warm weather to fly. I like cool weather for the launch, and warm weather when after I get
And
up there.
don't forget that you want an evening flight also, not a morning flight. I mean, nothing's too much for
I'm
our
with Will.
princess.
I'm not a morning person, so to me to get out there, and I just don't like, the forward launch thing is like tough with that heavy paramotor. I will wait. I waited one morning, showed up at sunrise about 6:30, and by the time I got set up, the wind died. It was like good when we first got there, and then it died for 2 hours. I waited till 9 o'clock, and I launched at 9, and I could feel the thermals coming up, but at 9 I had like a 3-4 mile an hour breeze where I could do a reverse. And to me, with my wing that I use, it's a PG wing. 3-4 miles an hour, I could do a reverse launch, no problem. But
Do you guys ever launch like early in the morning or late at night and it's nice and cool, but you get up to that, that nice warm layer? Sometimes it's like really cold on the ground, but we get up, about 500 feet and there's just a layer of warmth and it's almost like 70 degrees. Do you guys get any of that over there?
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's an inversion layer.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you get that.
Yeah, like in the evening, right? I mean, that's of course the only time I've experienced it. But that I mean, it's like a 10-degree difference sometimes between down low and 100 feet off the ground. You can really.
When we were at Brian's house, as soon as you got above the trees, it got 5 to 8 degrees warmer, and then you get another 60 feet up, and it was dramatically warmer.
Yeah, smart car. He landed right off the bat. He's like, "Yeah, you're right." He took his jacket off, back up. I mean, it was cold, damp, chill on the ground in the morning. The winds pick up. It's a lot warmer. But Alabama is a cool place for flying, man. In the summer times, every morning, just about, it's not foggy. It's beautiful, flyable, calm for 2 to 3 hours. Every afternoon, good chance to get up. Sometimes it's foggy. I used to be disappointed when I woke up and saw that, but now I get an opportunity. I get wait, breaks up. You get that extra chance. Cloud, G air, and yeah, summers are awesome. I'm a morning person for sure.
Hey, Brian, how about on a different note? How about old Rocky Top?
How about what?
Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Rocky Top, Tennessee?
Yeah, beating Alabama. Not Auburn, Alabama.
Oh, we're talking football now.
Yeah, we are. Number 6,
Tennessee,
knocking off number 1, Alabama.
I didn't watch it. I personally was glad to see it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm an Alabama fan. I'm an Auburn fan, and it is what it is. It's hard. Alabama's a hard team to go up against every year in the Iron Bowl. We play them every year. A lot of teams at SEC do too. I could say there's probably some celebrations going on in Tennessee.
Was it the first time
that live around me that shoot cannons and stuff like that after a big Alabama? I'll just quiet around the house that Saturday.
Well, when I left town down there going into Dothan, I could tell you they need to repaint that pig this year.
Probably won't happen, but you never give up hope on the Iron Bowl.
You never know.
All right, where's old Sean Simons at? I want to find out how his school is going.
Doing really good. Matter of fact, I've been working on some frames and some motors as we were talking. Like I said, we got some students that are going to be out tomorrow. It's going to be 32 degrees. We're going to try to get out there and get some early morning nil wind launches. And we found out that these nil wind launches are really easy to do if and only if you remember that as soon as you inflate that wing, you lean backwards into that thrust. You got to trust that thrust. So we've been doing lots of no wing, just ground, just power taxing, where we lean back into the thrust with our hands up, no wing at all, and we're just walking nice and slow backwards. Because if you're able to get that wing up and lean backwards and full throttle yourself, you're not running. All you're doing is keeping yourself from falling down. You're just bouncing. You're skipping basically. And we've had students in nil wind being able to take off in like 8 steps. Trust the thrust.
Trust.
Heck yeah. And how many students you got showing up tomorrow?
We got 3 showing up tomorrow.
All right.
Hopefully the other 2 will make it. I know I got 1 for sure. Because a lot of people, they don't want to come out at 32 degrees.
Yeah, I don't blame them. But I went out at 92 degrees, so I would deal with the cold a lot better than I do the heat. I'm tired of the heat.
I think you can always bundle up. We got the electric gloves that we're going to be putting on, and windbreakers. I think that we'll be doing okay. Matter of fact, I got this EOS 100 that I got. It has some old gas, so I'm going to be taking that up myself and burning out the gas and then replacing the spark plug, putting in new gas, and getting that set up for another student.
Well, they say you can always add clothes if you get too cold. The colder you get, you can add more clothes. But there's only so many clothes you can take off when you get hot. Then it becomes illegal.
Exactly. And yeah, this year has been really tough because it's been triple digits. One of the hottest years, and then all of a sudden it went from really nice weather to freeze warning tonight. So this has been a very weird year. Record heat and all of a sudden now record cold temperatures.
Hey, Jim CR120 in the chat has got a question that I think Bill posted up there. It's hunting season. You want to plan on putting venison in the freezer? So I'll answer that. Yes, I plan on harvesting 1, put in the freezer. Don't care if it has antlers or not, but we got a good spot to do it. As a side question to that, related to paramotors, do any of you fly different because it's hunting?
Definitely.
I don't normally fly where hunters are here in Florida. I've never seen a tree stand at the beach. And most of the areas that we fly over are preserves, so there's no hunting allowed in there anyway. So for us, there are some areas we can go, but I avoid those just for the simple fact of not having to mess up anybody's hunt that got there. If they're anything like I do, I get an hour before the sun comes up, and I sit there in complete darkness until the sun comes up to hunt. And I would be really mad if I did all that and somebody showed up 30 minutes after the sun came up and flew over my spot. So I try to be respectful and put a forethought of there may be somebody hunting down there.
Yeah, I feel the same way, and I fly it the same way. The thing is, I don't hunt, and I don't know anything about hunting. But the hunting season, for the most part, I guess, is what to what for deer or whatever.
Well, it depends on your state. In South Carolina, it starts August 15th until like January or February in South Carolina. Here in Florida, it's September, I believe the 10th was this year. It started the 10th, I think, and goes until January, maybe the end of January. I don't know exactly when. So it just depends on your state.
Yeah, the rut comes in different times of the year for different climates, and the seasons are based around the rut and when, how much deer population area. Alabama and I think the bow season comes in October 15th. Gun season usually comes in around Thanksgiving. They go until they've extended it now. It goes all into the middle of February. but depending on what part of the state you're in. I know, man. I know where probably 50 hunting stands are around my place. Most of them are rifle stands. They're out in the open. Has a long time to has long shots. People don't hunt type stand.
I've also noticed too that, you know, if we stay up at 2,000 feet, you know, you don't really hear us, and it doesn't spook anything on the ground.
Yeah, I'd never fly 2,000 ever. I mean, I try not to get below 500. You know, that's kind of my rule for not running cows and stuff like that. But I know where some fields are that are inside the city limits that it's still legal to hunt, but it's safe and legal to fly. And I just go there when I want to do levels.
And we're lucky we got a lot of sod farms. So if we want to buzz around, we got the sod farm to buzz around and foot drag and, you know, do all that fun stuff. If we ever do the cross countries, we make sure that we're high enough that we don't bother anybody. We don't want to be a nuisance. We want people to go, that's really cool, and not see us again.
Oh. Walter, I didn't see your rant above, dude. I can't see anything that looks like a rant. You talking about DQ? Is that what you're talking about? And welcome, James.
Hey, Will, let me tell you your ability to direct other people's vehicles to Dairy Queen. 3 times my truck has tried to pull off at the exits with Dairy Queen signs. It's weird.
Yeah. Okay. Blame me, man. I'll take it.
I already took my wife to her favorite fast food joint for dinner on the road. So there's it's called Crystals. It's disgusting. She loves it. And,
Crystal Burger?
Oh, so gross.
It's like White Castles.
Yeah.
It's like White Castle.
Yeah.
Sliders.
Yes.
Sliders, yep.
We don't have them where we're at.
There's a reason, because we all have good taste. That's why there's no one around us.
I used to like those too back in the day.
Any of you remember A&W?
Love A&W. Love it.
Yeah, no, not the root beer. I'm talking about with the actual, like, fast food joint.
Yes, back in the day, loved it. We always got the frosty mugs, and we got the root beer floats, and ate the burgers. And you can't find them anywhere else. And now, you know, Sonic are the drive-ins, and I don't like the Sonics.
We have an A&W up in Boulder City in Nevada. It's
Really?
a very, very popular place. Yeah, especially on the weekend. Like the car guys go there and fill the parking lot up. You know.
No kidding. So you still order from your car?
No, you can't order from your car. You still have to go in. They don't have like a drive-in or kind of like the Sonic where you order from your car. They have Sonics here, but A&W though, that's you know, nice. The root beer floats are great.
Hey, Matt Sloper, do you know a really cool chick? Her name is Angela, and her less cool, not even really cool at all, friend Tony. Do you know them?
Yeah, I met them once. I don't own up to it all the time, but I guess I will. No, they're good people.
Angela's the best. Tony. Oh, I must have broke up. Did you not hear me about Tony?
No, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
That's for the best, probably. Probably for the best. No, I'm just kidding.
Have you met him in person yet?
Tony's over there. Tony's lighting a cigarette going, I'm going to get him. I'm going to poop in his camper.
No, you've not met him in person.
You're going to turn your camper over with you in it.
Yeah, right. I have not met Tony and Angela in person yet. They said that they're coming to one of the fly-ins on the East Coast sometime, so next year. So hopefully then.
Well, when you meet Tony, he'll be towering over you. He's a big guy. He needs a trike is good, just perfect for him.
Yeah.
Why don't we fly in on the West?
I'm I'm kind of in for it and kind of not. So if I go to a flying out west, I'm gonna fly like literally in a plane and not bring my gear.
Well, that doesn't sound like.
Well, some of us have to take a whole lot of time to drive all the way across country off of work and then drive all the way back, and that just sounds miserable.
He's gonna do
Okay,
the
okay,
executive
princess.
fly-in. He's gonna do the executive fly-in.
You
We
can
get-
leave your gear with me, and I'll haul it out there.
Exactly. We'll get one person with a trailer to haul 3 or 4 motors out there, and then people can fly out there and meet us out there.
Poor guy that has to drive for 4 days.
All right, Shane. I think it's a given that my dad's gonna have to go to that fly-in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I will actually rent the pickup truck for 2.5 weeks if your dad pays for the fuel.
Well, you know he likes saving money, so he'll do it.
Yeah, you guys can come out and do the Bamas, I guess it's called, or the dunes, and then you can do Salton Sea and the circus over there in Arizona.
I will not be doing that circus.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not going to the circus. I could bet money on that.
Why not?
Cause that's too much for me. That ain't
The
my
wild-
gig.
Yeah, it's too wild for me too.
Wait a minute. That's not wilder than flying circus.
No, that's what we're talking about. We're not
Oh.
going to that flying circus.
So
Oh,
what,
actually, that's the one I want to go to.
Me
Have
too.
a good time. I'll go to EFD.
what got me into the flying circus thing?
The
Yeah, man,
flying
with the
circus, I'm
Tony
gonna
out
have to.
airplanes.
That's pants optional.
Well,
Hey, man, you could be flying paramotors, land, shoot guns, flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Some guys launching.
Guys, Roman candles at you when you fly by.
Negative.
cool.
Yeah, I'm
And
out.
see if they could, like, start your paramotor on fire while you're flying.
I guarantee you get better on your launches.
I'm from Georgia. I'm thinking we'll shoot back.
Oh man.
Your liver might be need a vacation when you get done after that party.
My liver's on vacation right now.
Yeah, for like 30 more minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're getting at there.
How many miles down?
I got 39 more miles to go before we're there. But I've already told Krista I'm not drinking tonight or tomorrow night. I'm saving myself so when I see Mark, I
Yeah,
have an
it takes
excuse.
it takes alcohol to tolerate me.
Did you think Oh
Hey,
man.
Krista's in the truck with me right now. She can verify I do not have not one cold beer in this truck, do I?
Nope.
See?
Not one, a whole case.
Jeez.
Actually, I'm sure the case that's in the bed of my truck right now is only 54 degrees. That is not cold enough.
Yeah,
54
beer has to have a little bit of ice crystals in it. You're right.
So I can tell you my cooler does have 15 thick cut, and when I say thick cut, they're 2 1/4 or 2.5 inch thick bone-in pork chops in it that is sitting at 30 degrees right now.
I thought you were gonna say steaks, man. Ooh,
No,
those are some
these-
good cooked in a pan.
I will tell you, these bone-in pork chops are just as good, if not better, than those steaks, in my opinion.
I believe.
I will bring those next year to the fly-in, Brian.
Yeah,
Hey,
Dad said that was a coming back. So
Dude,
Over here.
there's your
Over-
flying name right there.
What's that?
No, Brian. Flying Brian's.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, man.
Flying Brian's flying.
Yeah.
If you say it really quick 3 times, you get in free.
Flying Brian flying.
it just doesn't same same ring to it as flying white.
Nice thing about flying is if it's your flying, you get to call it whatever you want.
Just
Yeah.
don't use that. Just don't use that part about the bone in.
I don't care what, as long as we do it. You know, obviously, it's at Walden Field. You know, like Hodges Field, they call that Bad Apples. That's the name of their club, right? They're the Bad Apples. And at Walden Field, we were the Dodo Birds. Still are the Dodo Bird. I'm Dodo 5, Dad's Dodo 1. But I'm not sure how to come up with the name around Dodo Bird. But Dodo Bird can't fly, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's right. That's just like too
I
heavy.
totally missed that fact as well.
Yeah.
It's true, they cannot fly.
But, you know, hey, we exist.
Hey, and it's in Alabama.
There you go. I'll drink to that. Hold my beer, right?
So, Mark, how about if we all go to Flying Circus and you can we'll set up in a circle kind of and you can be in the center, so you'll be well protected.
Negative. Yeah, that's just too much party for me.
Really?
Yeah, I won't be there. That's too weird. That's a bunch of. Yeah, don't get me started. I don't want to. I don't want to go down that road.
All right, man.
Where's Endless Foot Drag? Is that in Kansas?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go to that one.
And half the time I fly, I feel like I'm saying we're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah. The Fredonia.
Yeah.
Kansas.
Yep. Yeah. Which is funny because when I went, I trained with Kyle Matula, and Michael Holiday come over there for a couple days, and I met him, which I was brand new, and I didn't really know him, but he was. I just got to hang out with him for a couple of 2 or 3 days, but he was really cool. So I was glad that I got to meet him.
Right on.
Who are we talking about?
Michael Holiday is the guy that used to put on Endless Foot Drag, and he passed away from a medical condition. But he was a pretty cool guy, and this was the first year that he wasn't there.
All right, no, I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he just the main support? Wasn't it kind of his thing?
Yeah. He's the one that put it on. And I mean, I've never been crazy about going out there because it's a long way to go, and I don't know. But anyways, I guess I'm gonna go out there in the next year or two to experience it.
Isn't it September time frame?
Say again?
The Endless EFD, isn't it usually in September, or does anybody know?
I don't know.
I know it is within 2 weeks of Dave Purdon's, which I won't miss Dave Purdon's, of course.
Nope.
But you know, whatever. We can still go back to back. It's all right.
No, I was thinking we kind of go because, yeah, I knew there were several fly-ins going on within a few weeks of each other. Central part of the U.S. there. Might can make a loop.
I should be able to make a lot of fly-ins next year. This year was just kind of rough. My dog said it was rough.
Fly Swamper says that Michael Holiday is the one that reestablished EFD after it got kicked out of the sod farm in Arkansas. Did you know that, Sean?
I thought that the sod farm that we play around was it. So maybe. I didn't know for sure. I heard.
About that. Learn something new.
I'll have to look into it and verify because I did not know.
I just saw it here.
So are there any going on this year?
What did you say, Brian?
Are there any more big public fly-ins going on this year? I'm not really aware of Southeast.
Not that I'm aware of.
I
Windy.
don't know either. I know that we used to be able to look on PPG Zone for the fly-ins, but he's closing that down at the end of the month, the whole site. So we won't even be able. He usually keeps up and puts all the public stuff out there.
Thanks.
Is there a list of fly-ins someplace that people can go and check out?
Hey, didn't Eric Lear have something up?
Did he? Where's that
I
wanna say-
located? Do you know?
I thought he was the one doing it on the PPG website there.
Oh,
could've sworn-
he was keeping the calendar current on PPG Zone, right? Oh no, USPPA.org.
Oh, I'll have to go check that out.
So does USPPA.org keep like all the fly-ins in the whole United States, or what?
I think so, and I think it's to where you can submit it. You know, so
No.
yeah, I think so. So hey, can I show you guys my new van?
Yes.
Yes,
You knew what?
please.
So are you going to pivot it down?
What was that, Brian?
That's a crate.
You're cutting out, dude.
I'm cutting out.
Yeah,
Must be my Wi-Fi.
I heard that.
Maybe if you actually started paying rent, they could afford better Wi-Fi out there.
Hey,
I guarantee you, Brian works his tail off. That place is beautiful, and that don't just happen by itself.
the
I'm
problem
fully aware.
IT don't have a good IT problem.
Don't have a good IT guy.
Yeah.
Hey, Walter says that Will, you're wearing Mark's T-shirt.
Yeah.
Brian's wearing your T-shirt. Shane's tee. What's Shane got on? Yeah, what you wearing, Shane?
My
Don't
city
ask.
He's got
My
on the
city
hay
uniform.
There's a good chance he don't even have a shirt on, and if he turns the light on, sweet Jesus.
No, hey, I'm wearing a shirt, but nothing else. I call it Porky Pigging it.
See, I told you not to ask Walter. Yep. And what that is we're just all trying to support our buddies. And there's a paragliding talk shirt.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
All right.
Everybody's-
All right,
Here we
can you
go.
see that?
Nice.
Yep.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, so there's where my paramotor lives, and I saw this from a buddy of mine who had the same layout, similar, where you can just like undo pull the seat down and just scooch back and put it on without bending over or anything, and then when you're done, you just kind of turn around and lay the paramotor down. So, yeah, I'm loving that feature there, and it's got. Let's see, why is it? Oh. I'm not on
It looks like it has a Predator in there.
It's got a brand spanking new Predator in there. Shane, that's the one I took back because the other one stopped working. And that's the exchange there, yeah.
What model van is that?
That's a Dodge Ram 2500.
Oh, okay. So it's a big van.
It's the widest I think that they make.
Oh,
The
long
bro-
van?
Is it a coincidence? It's a big white van with a Predator in it.
Good one.
That is pretty good, Shane.
Wow.
You ought to stay sober more often, dude, because that was funny.
Y'all just keep your kids close at hand when he's around.
Oh, yeah. What do they call that? The white van?
It gives people ice cream.
I can't remember.
Hey,
its
gives-
name.
White
Hey.
van with a Predator.
Hey, that van got Predator in it and ice cream. Stay away.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm kind of,
Hanging out around Dairy Queen in a big white van.
Yeah.
kind of regretting showing you guys my new van for what it's
Listen, I'll ride with you. I mean, I know what's gonna happen, but if it includes free ice cream,
all right, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Will's like I'm just trying to share part of my life, and you guys are being jackasses.
I
Good
know,
job.
man. It's like killing me. So it's got a 2,000 watt inverter and solar panel. It's got a, I think, 300 watt solar panel, and well, three of those, three 100s. I don't know, 300 watt total, and
3 100s probably.
three 100s. Yes, it's got a 100 amp hour battle-born battery. That I know.
So are you able to run like an air conditioner with those solar panels?
So long as it's less than 2,000 watts, I wouldn't be able to run it very long, but I could.
Interesting.
Unless I'm, I'm not the electrical guy here. Probably Brian, you'd probably know more about that than me. But worst case scenario, I can crank the van. I don't have an air conditioner in it because those things cost like $2,000 or $3,000. For the ones overhead.
Yeah.
So.
if you could figure out a way to use a window shaker style air conditioner, of course they cost a fraction of that money, and for that small space would probably be fine.
Yeah.
Think about the portable air conditioners. I don't know what they draw, but I plug in one out here over in the Paramotor facility, and it stays nice and cool with just 110 volts. So I don't know what your inverter is and what it can do, but maybe a portable air conditioner.
Yeah, that would be nice. Ideally, I'd like to have one that was overhead and completely out of the way. Because travel trailer is one thing, but van space is just like super, super important.
Yep.
What about that fan?
Well, how much do those air conditioners that they usually put at the top of those vans? How much do they run off of? Just depends on the size.
That's a good question.
The standard size that goes on top of a camper would be 13,500 BTU. It'll draw about 12 amps continuously, and it'll draw about 20 to 21 amps startup. So, that's a significant current. You're running on 2,000 watt inverter. Is probably designed for 2,000 watt continuous, a little bit more peak. You 100 amp hour battery, you're only going to be running an air conditioner for maybe a couple hours.
That's a good question, Brian. So I figured, okay, it's a 100 amp hour battery. So if something was drawing 20 amps, why wouldn't it be 5 hours?
Because it doesn't really work like that. That's just kind of a way of getting a guideline roughly how long it'll work. If you're drawing a whole 20 amps continuously, you're not going to get 5 hours out of that 100 hour battery.
Okay.
Yeah, but also he has the Predator. So just run your generator. I mean, I'm being serious. Just run your generator and run your AC.
Yeah, there's a lot of options. On the climate you're in, if you're in a low humidity type climate, something like a swamp cooler would work.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Swamp cooler.
Yeah,
that works pretty good.
Swamp cooler.
It works.
As long as you got low humidity, at what point does the humidity cross over where it's really not effective? Like 40%?
Most effective in the middle of the summertime in Alabama. It doesn't work very good. But right now,
not.
It'll freeze your butt off when it's low humidity.
So, well, there it is. There's home away from home. Oh, and I noticed a little prop there on the right side. A little wooden prop above the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
That was my
yeah.
Do you have any pictures of the ceiling when it's lit up?
Yeah, I do. Actually.
That looks really, really awesome. And you said that you have a generator too, right?
I do. Yeah, as Shane turned me on to this is a refrigerator that you can either run on 12 volt or AC power. And from what I've seen from Shane's, it does a great job.
That cooler will run from -4 up to, I think, 80 degrees or something like that.
Which is pretty good, right?
So it's a cooler and a heater. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it'll. I forgot the highest setting temperature. Maybe it's 75 or something, but you can get it as cold as -4.
Wow.
And I literally had mine. It was 85 degrees in there when I turned it on, and 1 hour later it was -4.
Holy smokes.
Which I was impressed with.
Nice.
So it's a freezer too. That's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then last but not least, I installed a bathroom.
That's like Shane's. No
like a 5-gallon
pooping.
bucket.
No pooping.
I'm sorry you had to share that.
So, Will,
Yeah.
you're saying there's no pooping in your van either?
Well, whatever fits in that little white jug.
I hope you got more than one.
Yeah, sounds like something's going to spill over on that one.
That's funny. Let me see. Did that stop the screen sharing? It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
you're done.
All right. I got one more thing to show, and then I know we're 2 minutes past the bewitching hour here. Let's see. Present and share screen. Did you have something that you wanted to share, Brian?
I had a couple pictures on my phone, but I never did figure out how to share them from here. So it's all
Okay.
good.
Walter says that's not cool.
Boom, there it is.
There you go. Nice.
So whoever had this van before I did, this is a 2021, but every single one of those things are the little lights are fiber optic, so they're actually.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a glow in the dark spray, paint spray or something. That's neat. I didn't realize fiber optic.
I'm not sure I didn't see that van in a gay porn movie. I'm just saying.
Why?
You guys are killing me.
Why are you watching gay porn? I don't understand that one.
Who invited him?
Freaking Darren, my
I told you to
More
cancel
Will.
the show at 9
Will
o'clock.
share nothing now.
I'm not sharing nothing either.
I can't wait to see it in person.
Hey, Will.
I'll show you, Kristen.
Say it again. Hey, Will. Go ahead.
I can't wait to see it in person.
I'll show you, Krista.
Thank you.
What are y'all talking about now?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's past my bedtime. I apologize.
Gonna
What's
kill me
about?
out here.
That's 103, Shane.
All right. You wanna do the outro since I love to forget about it?
The outro, which is similar to the intro,
I think it's the exact same thing,
is
isn't
the same thing.
it?
Well, I've had a great time. It's always fun, catching up with you guys on Tuesday nights. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And really, thank you, everyone who participated and made it what it was. Really appreciate that. I know you do too, Shane.
Yeah, no, I'm super happy that everybody jumped on and wanted to help me out on this night. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, look, I got lights somewhat.
What's up, man?
And sorry you didn't know about 06.
What?
Yeah, it was really good to hang out with you guys. Shane, I haven't seen you in a while, and Brian Haybill Waller, haven't seen you either, and Mark, I've seen you every once in a while out there, and good old Matt Sloper. Will's always hanging out, so it's always good to see you guys.
Oh, how do we get in touch with you guys? Yeah, Sean, how do we get in touch with you?
Well, you can always find me on Monday nights at ClearProt TV. You can find my shenanigans on my YouTube by going to iflyparamotors.com. Obviously, you can always find me at Paramotor Arkansas because that's all I do. I just teach students now. That's all I do. Sun up to sundown, 7 days a week. Always good to see you guys, and I'm so happy that you invited me over. So thank you guys.
Right on. How about you, Brian?
Hey, man, it was good to be back on one of these shows. It's been a while. I've really enjoyed watching lately. Sorry I haven't watched all of them. Y'all got a lot of good content, and it's always very entertaining, and it's good to get back on here with you every once in a while and catch up. I look forward to seeing people at fly-ins. Unfortunately, I'm not on any of the social media sites anymore, so you won't catch me there. But be tuning in these shows from time to time, and you'll see me in the chat, and we'll see you at fly-ins, and hopefully you'll be coming by my house and flying with me one day soon.
Count on it, man.
Awesome.
Mark.
Well, you'll be able to find me at Brian's house there and
Yeah.
YouTube.
And my van.
YouTube
And my van.
Yeah, Will's van. There's a good chance you'll see me around there this weekend. And other than that, you can find out what happened in that van at my YouTube, Paralife PPG, or paralifeppg.com.
And our host with the most, Shane.
Hey, did you skip over Mad Sloper?
No, I wasn't gonna forget Matt Sloper. All right, Mike, Matt Sloper. How about you, dude?
Hey guys, yeah, thanks for having me on. It was fun. I enjoy watching the show when I get a chance. You can catch up with me at the Facebook under Michael D'Antonio, and then obviously my YouTube is Mad Sloper, and I have an Instagram which I rarely post occasional screenshots or pictures, and that's Mike.MadSloper, but mostly on Facebook.
Right on, Shane.
You can find me here on Tuesday nights at Paramotor Hangout and on TikTok at ppgshane.com.
Excellent.
And that's,
What was that, Shane?
my captain co-pilot is telling me where you could find me, and she's like, in the hotel room here.
Yeah,
show
I
me."
said YouTube. I said YouTube.
Right. You can find me on YouTube. Just search for Will Fly or go to willflyppg.com. Y'all have a good night.
All right.
Night.
Good night, guys.
Night all.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 No filter, I got no filter.
Yo, yo, yo.
Good job, boys.